They're not smoking a cigarette.
Aren't these beautiful, Freddie?
Yeah.
Now, did you put the lights behind that?
Yeah, I
too?
did.
You did?
Yes.
So you like do everything. You make the
No, I don't do
frames?
everything. No, I don't do everything.
Oh, what don't you
I wish I could do everything. I wouldn't be here if I could do everything.
do? Okay.
Hit that light for me, Murphy.
This one?
Yeah, turn it off. Yeah. So I was a visit with Calvin.
Great.
Did you get the pictures?
Yeah, we got a lot of pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And just talked to him a long time. He says he really misses Woodlawn
Yeah.
because when he would go down there, if he felt bad, he'd go down there and lay on the couch, feel a lot better. He'd see all of his friends. So he was, Sidney Murphy he really liked.
No, but too many people like Sidney Murphy. No, too many people like Sidney Murphy. Now he's well loved and beloved, you know. Like I told you the other day, he was hands on. Hands on. You know.
Well,
Hands on.
I talked to, do you know Mr. Gene?
Yeah, I know Mr. Jimmy.
He said he was the best therapist there.
Man, he was hands on.
Yeah. 'cause-
Hands on literally. He wasn't just doing paperwork.
Yeah.
He was actually in the field, showing us how to live.
Yeah.
You know, how to live. You know, by doing it, he was doing it, he was showing us. We do all kind of stuff. Basketball, you name it. The park, while the drummers playing, church, it don't matter. As long as it was constructive, we was
What
doing
was this,
it.
the park? What do you say about that?
The park, the Hades Park, when they play the drums and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It, all kind of stuff. I'm just throwing some stuff out, but it's just amazing. He was hands on, just put it like that.
He take you play basketball and
Church, everything, you know.
He also would buy you breakfast after basketball games, right?
We had breakfast, not just bad. Anything you needed from Murphy, if he was able to do it, he'd do it. If he couldn't do it, he couldn't do it. But he was hands on. Just have you know hands on? Not just book knowledge, but hands on. He was actually doing it. And showing us how to live. And sometimes we didn't see it. I didn't see it because I was so out of it, you know. But we had this thing called the fire drill. In the fire drill, we get up 4 o'clock in the morning, and we'd meet at the lake. He'd come pick us up at the lake, and we all meet at the lake.
Where at the lake?
Right 67 and by
So-
Larrabee, the hospital.
Yeah, well, yeah. I
Larrabee,
used to live around it.
Yeah, I just stayed there, and he'll pick us up, and we all watch the sunrise. So.
Wow.
This is a lot of beautiful things. And you could tell them that, you know, his co-workers that, you know, because I don't know if it was ethical or unethical, but it was the right thing to do.
Well, they thought he was just a great therapist.
No, not a great therapist, a great person,
Okay.
a great person.
So you pick you up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we'll meet.
Meet at
Some
5
people,
o'clock in the morning.
you know, we'll meet, but mostly picking us up, and we'll meet early and just have, what you call it, he'll call it fire drill.
So you guys would meet at the lake,
Yeah, we'll meet or he'll pick us up, but we'll get there, you know.
and you can watch the sunrise.
That's the sunrise.
How did you feel about that?
Well, like I said, it was beautiful, but I didn't see the beauty that he was doing, you know, at the time.
What did you think it was?
Well, I saw the beauty, but I was so caught up into my own stuff, I didn't see the beauty.
You didn't see it at
I
the
didn't,
time?
yeah. But now I can acknowledge it, you know, and see what he was doing. It's not too many therapists don't do that.
Freddie, do you have enough light to get a picture of Mr. Ford?
I'm gonna need more light.
Okay.
For working.
Now, what happened? Your lights work up there?
So you didn't see it at the time, but now you realize it was important.
everything is important, really. You know, just life and death. And the situation, the times that we're living in now, is everything is like life and death. You know, you see it from the streets to worldwide. What's worldwide? What's going on in the world? Period. Everything is, you know, life and death right now.
This is called a fire drill?
What he did in the morning time, yeah.
Yeah, how often did you guys do that?
We did it a few times. I don't know how.
A few times, not
Yeah.
3 times a week, but a few
We
times.
do it. We did it at least. I've been to at least about 4 or 5.
Okay.
So you probably did more.
It's cold out today.
Yes, it is. In Seattle, Washington, is it gloomy like they say it is?
Well, it rains a lot. When I grew up there,
Yeah.
and it would, it rained a lot, but it was not a hard rain. It
He
sprinkled
always
a lot.
says
It's overcast.
Yeah, he always says
Yeah.
yeah. And I felt the effects of that this December. You know, just the overcast.
It's overcast, and you could actually go through a winter there with an unlined leather coat.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until I got here to Chicago that I actually.
How long you been in Chicago?
I came here in 1973 to
Oh,
work
so
for
you
the
been here
Chicago
for a while.
Tribune.
You been here for a while.
I was hired as a reporter for the Chicago Tribune,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked at the Tribune from 73 to 79, and I quit.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Philadelphia and worked for the Philadelphia Daily News,
Mm-hmm.
and I started their business section at the Philadelphia Daily News. And I worked there from 79 to about 85, and then I came, the Sun Times hired me, and that's how I got back here.
So you started your own newspaper towards the North Star?
Yeah, after I worked, I left the Sun Times, and Mayor Daley hired me
Mm-hmm.
to start the school's newspaper, which was called Chicago Educator.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ran it for 2 years, and it went out to 400,000 parents.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time that parents of the school system even had a newspaper, even knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
There was one story I wrote where they have a program at the Chicago Public Schools when I was there. They would actually send kids down to the Bahamas to study oceanography, but they never told anybody about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we wrote about it. I put it in the Chicago Educator, and parents were calling, "What is going on here? How come I don't know about?" I hired 8 Associated Press, and they had photographs of these kids on the boat,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one black guy, one black kid, who was like brilliant, and I had a picture of him,
Mm-hmm.
and it would just turn out really well. I mean,
So
I
how
really,
long was this again?
oh God, when I
80s? 90s?
yeah, 90s.
Man.
And Gary, let's see, Mayor Daley hired me to work with Gary Chico and Paul Vallis.
Mhm.
Do you remember them?
I heard Gary Chico probably.
Yeah. And then I went to Pepsi-Cola General Bottlers,
Mm-hmm.
which is out in the suburbs, Rolling Meadows.
Were you writing for him?
No, my thing, I was writing for him, but I would always go and start these publications for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I would start the Pepsi-Cola General Bottlers employee newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I ran that for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I freelanced, and I went to Source Media
Mm-hmm.
for 10 years, and that's when I was living in Germany. I would actually work in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and I would cover.
So I had to deport the, what is it called, the port? I can't remember the word. What you get the nominations for?
the Pulitzer.
The Pulitzers.
I was nominated for the Pulitzer 3 times.
Man, that was beautiful, man.
Yeah, well, it would have been more beautiful if I won it, but
Well, just to be nominated, that's a beautiful thing, you know?
yeah. So I was nominated for that, and but I used to Source Media. I covered the ATM industry.
Uh-huh.
That's why I was in Germany a lot, because Wincor Nixdorf is the second largest ATM manufacturer. NCR is the largest, Diebold's the 3rd largest.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always covering their conferences and travel, and they meet all over the place.
So how long you had North Star in existence?
Long time. I just wanted to start a publication to cover issues affecting black men.
Now, who writes in this newspaper?
I do,
Besides just
and
by some-
I do, and there's a woman out of Palo Alto, an Asian woman,
Mhm,
and there's a guy out of Washington D.C.,
mhm.
and a couple other people are now starting to want to write for it.
So you want to write for black people?
Black men.
Black men?
Yeah.
And what's your inspiration? Because not only because you're a black man, but what's your inspiration? Not only because you're a black man, but other than just being a black man, what's your inspiration to write about black men?
I think that might be my inspiration. I want to tell the truth about black men. I mean, I watch the news at
What
night.
you think the truth is about black men?
I think we have a complicated history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think is the truth?
Well, I'm trying to see. You said we have a complicated history.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do you think we have a complicated history?
Because of slavery.
Okay.
It still resonates with us.
Mhm. How do you feel-
Microaggressions. What about microaggressions when you walk down the street? Do women clutch their purse?
What's
they're gonna steal?
microaggressions?
It's like when you walk down the street and women clutch their purse, that you're
Well-
going to steal it.
Microaggression. Well, I'm not no thief. I'm black.
I know,
No,
but,
listen.
but
But it's like they walk around or walk to a certain side of, well, walk to the curb of the street. I'm a man.
mhm.
You know, I'm a child of God, first of all, first and foremost.
But do you think they see that?
Yeah, they see that because I see my skin color.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't accept that because of the trials and tribulations we've been through, you know. And I know I can't blame, like I told you the other day, I can't blame nobody else for that. Some things I've done for my ancestors done to us. And so,
Well, you say you're not a thief, but I bet they look at you like
yeah,
a
look at
thief.
me, yeah.
Yeah,
I have,
see
I
that?
have been punched in the face by police officers, all kind of stuff. But I know I'm not a thief. I try to be obedient to the will of God. Not saying I'm all the way obedient, but I have, you know, I don't have, I didn't go through what you probably went through in the '60s and stuff, but we still face a lot of that stuff, you know, until we realize that we got to change our behavior, our thought pattern. I'm still working on my thought pattern, and Lord knows that, and our actions. Then, you know, we can see a better day, probably. You know, that's how that goes.
I don't know if I believe that, but
What? Believe
we'll
what?
see a better day. I know.
Well, that's where.
Look, I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay, go ahead.
Right after I graduated from the University of Washington, Seattle, I moved to Pittsburgh. I took a job at a newspaper, a weekly paper in Pittsburgh, the New Pittsburgh Courier.
Mhm.
Pittsburgh Courier has a very long history in the black community.
Mhm.
I took a job there, and I lived there maybe 2 weeks. I lived at 342 Craig Street.
Mm.
I was walking to Carnegie Mellon University to hear Donald Byrd. Have you heard of him?
I heard about the
He he was playing at Carnegie Mellon.
Mhm.
One police car pulled up behind me, one police car pulled in front of me. They threw me against their car and arrested me.
Okay. Now you said you don't think we'll see a better day. Why is that?
I don't know, I think things are terrible.
But they terrible for why reason though?
Do you think it's all our blame?
No, it's not all
No.
our blame. No, it's not. You know, but we played a part in it as well.
Well, I mean, I remember your argument the other
Yeah, I
day.
wasn't arguing. That's the truth.
Yeah.
The truth, the best that I know it.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not saying I had absolute
But there's
truth.
different.
I don't have absolute truth. No man, I believe no one man has absolute truth.
But there are different types of truth.
Okay, what's your type of truth?
I don't know. I mean, as far as did we cause this? I think some of it we did cause.
What are the things that changes?
We have to change.
Okay. What doesn't change?
I think we need to stick together.
What doesn't change?
I don't think they're going to change.
The only thing that remains the same, everything changes, is God and the truth. And the truth is written. You know, it can't be changed. Some things.
What is the truth then? You're talking about the truth. What is it? Tell me exactly what it is.
Well, the truth is many things. It's like how we eat. It can be to how we serve God on the days that we serve God. It can be from holidays such as Christmas, Easter. It can be everything. Basically, it's an indoctrination. We as blacks have been so indoctrinated that when somebody speaks the truth, we can't see the truth. So,
Who's spoken the truth?
Nobody. Some people has.
Has Minister Farrakhan spoken the truth?
I'm not speaking of Minister Farrakhan. I'm speaking of people can't accept when I speak because of this. But let it be.
Well, that's not true. You can't say that because I think you're brilliant.
Wait, but you just said that things can't change, though, right?
I'm not sure if they can.
Okay.
But
But you
that
can't
doesn't mean
accept
I
this.
don't-
And not you,
doesn't-
I'm talking about people, period. Can't accept this because of the skin color.
Well, I accept what you say because of your skin color, but I don't. That doesn't mean I have to agree with everything
That's
you
true.
say.
That's absolutely true.
Mhm.
And I don't have to agree with what you're saying, but it's not that you bring Minister Farrakhan. We weren't even talking about Minister Farrakhan, but it's like
Well,
I'm trying to speak a little truth when I talk about the holidays, when I talk about certain days such as Sabbath day, and
What are you looking for, Pretty? I'm just looking at this stuff.
we're talking about certain days such as the Sabbath day, the holidays, and this and that. And I said that we've been so indoctrinated. If the truth wasn't presented before us, we couldn't see the truth because we've been so indoctrinated. So what is your truth?
I think you're right.
No,
But
no.
I mean-
First you said you disagreed. And,
I don't agree with
You know-
everything you say.
Okay.
I don't know what. You're talking in real generalities.
Mhm.
You have to give me something specific.
What you want specific?
You come up with something specific, and I'll tell you what I think of it.
Well,
You know,
tell
you-
me something, and I'll tell you what I tell it specific.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I listen to your poetry. I think your poetry is great.
It's not about that. It's not about.
Why isn't it about that? That's
It's
important
about-
to me.
That's important, but we talking about truth, and you.
What is truth? What is truth?
And that's what I'm asking. Tell me something about truth. You
tell me.
said something special, Mr. Lowe.
You give me something specific.
You give me something specific.
I haven't got anything to give you.
Okay, and you said things won't change. Why won't they change then?
I'm not sure if it ever will.
Why is that?
Years ago I used to be the voice of Christian youth when I was in high school, and we were talking about how 30 years, this was in high school, 30 years from now everything would be better for black people. Well, things are worse for black men.
How do you think we can make it better then?
I think we need to stick together.
And how do we do that?
I think we need to decide we're going to do it. We have to have the plan. We have to follow a plan. I mean, I go to Woodlawn. You know the Woodlawn organization's out of business?
You want the mental health place?
No, the Woodlawn organization.
I didn't know that.
They're out of business.
But we have to have a plan. What's the plan?
I don't have a plan. My plan is maybe to write stories, but I know that there are limitations to writing stories because you got to get people to open a book and read.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not unusual for me to walk into a black home where there are no books, no magazines, no newspapers.
I don't have any books, no magazines.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing.
And you're very unusual because you write poetry.
But what's the thing that we can do to make this change?
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
You don't have an answer?
I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I just don't
No,
have an answer.
I'm trying to figure out
What's
some
your
answers.
answer?
I don't have an answer. I'm trying to figure out some answers.
You want me to give you an answer, but you don't have one.
You want to talk about something specific. I'm trying to give an idea.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer. Like I said, I don't have absolute truth, and I don't claim to have absolute truth. But I was saying to say, regardless how bleak the situation look, it is a God. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And when you get back to learning about certain things, whatever it may be, it can be about black, white, this, that, and other. It's always going to lead you back to God. You can learn about Egypt. It's always going to lead you back to God. You can learn about why the white man did this to us, this, that, and other. We be on that. It's going to lead you back to God. It's going to lead you back to self. Self, in a sense, has like, I got to start teaching that. Self, like for myself, I know I have made many transgressions. My ancestors have made transgressions. And I've done foolish things. But change come about when we can sit like we talking and conversate and bounce ideas off. I enjoy this conversation, bouncing ideas off each other. Because we learn 4 different ways. The 4 different ways we learn.
Yeah, I know you told me those the other day.
I'm about to speak because the brother got this on the camera. You know, the knowledge never runs out; it always runs in. But the 4 ways of learning, literary, we might read and think we intellectuals, which is fine, cool, and dandy, which is a way of learning. They say it's the weakest form of learning, but it's a way of learning. Then you have observation. We observe what's going around us, you know. Then you have, as well as you have conversation, which we're having. We learn all kinds of ways, and the most important to me is experimentation. So God is all, and all is God. There's no, I can say I'm a Christian. I can say I'm a Muslim. I can say I'm a Buddhist. But God is all, and all is one.
Okay.
I can say I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I can say I am the Bible. I am the Torah. I am the Quran. I am a child of God. I am beautiful. I am harmony. I am joy. I am love. Or I can say I'm a nigga. I'm a fool, and I've been that. I'm trying to flip from my I am from negative to constructive. We can be constructive or we can be destructive. Constructive is living in accordance to the will of God. And I'm not saying this because I'm some saint, because I'm no saint, and I don't pretend to be a saint. I suffer from many transgressions from what my ancestors did to me. But not did to me, what my ancestors did. Now, we talked about this the other day as well, too. The transgressions. Well, the 10 Commandments do not exist today because Jesus came and died for them. No, that's not true. When Moses gave them laws, he gave us 10 laws, 10 commandments to live by. And those laws were to be taught and lived. And we was to teach, black people, was to teach the world and become kings and high priests. And if we would teach the world, we will be at the head and not the tail. So the tail, the curses and the blessings. The curses, the blessings. We will be the head and not the tail. We will be the lenders and not the borrowers. We will be, other nations will come to us, but we will rule righteously. The destructiveness or the curses. We will be hidden in prison houses. Who's hidden in prison houses? We will be standing at the hedge of street corners. Who's standing at the hedge of street corners? We will till another person's garden and not reap the benefits of it. Who did slavery? Who did all the picking of the cotton and all those things? We would have other nations sell to us. All this is in the Bible. And I don't read a lot. All this is in the Bible. Other nations will sell your goods. We have Arabs in our community selling us goods. We have Asians in our community doing our nails, giving us, doing our hair and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So we have been so indoctrinated with slavery and fell in love with this way of life, we don't see another life. See, like I said, people couldn't accept this because of my skin color. but let me be of another nationality, in particular, a white man. I can saying the same thing as I'm saying, or saying anything and making it sound good. We will believe that. Why? Well, first of all, we will believe it because if Jesus came back and he was a black man, would white people accept him? If he was a white man, most white people would.
So would most black people.
Well, black people would too as well. But if he came back a black man, the bigger question is, white people, a few would accept him. But the bigger question is, will black people accept him? And that's the question. You know, most won't, because all we know as a God is the white man.
Yes.
But God is the Almighty.
Let me ask you, Freddie, you think you can get a perspective shot of both walls here? Of it?
I don't have a lens.
You don't have the type of lens? Okay.
Hey, what you about to ask?
No, I just wanted to ask Freddie if he could get a perspective shot of
Okay.
sort of the wide
Well,
angle.
it was nice to meet you, Mr. Lowe. And what are you planning on doing with this publication?
Well, I'm going to go over it with you before it runs.
Mm-hmm.
It'll run in North Star. It'll run on Northwestern University's website. And it'll run in New America Media in San Francisco and Hazel Tri-City.
And what are you planning on? What are your goals as far as just to tell the back story?
Tell the story.
And what story you want?
I want to talk about mental illness among black men.
And what else you want to talk about?
What can we do?
What do you want to do?
I want to change things.
How do you want to change it?
I don't know. But I want to get the story out. I want to let people know that something's going on. I mean, when I talk to everybody, I mean, I'll talk to Mr. Gene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to him.
Hey,
on
you went to the
Friday.
Brotherhood. That was, man.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Mr. Gene on Friday.
And I can admire you for that. Yeah, I can admire you.
And I'll talk to some Dr. Wiley. Do you know him?
No,
Wiley
no.
Rogers. I'm talking to him, but I want to tell the story. I'm going to tell the truth.
Well, the truth is, all black people are not, like I said, there's ignorance in all races, and there's intelligence in all races.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I'm just speaking that for the camera, but it's, you know, they think that we are like savages, basically, and we're not. You know?
Yeah, I know that.
And we people, you know, we people. You know, we people. We people.
I want to take a picture of your poem.
Okay.
I tried to, I told you the other day I tried to buy it on the internet.
Well, it's not on the internet, unless somebody put it on there. Which one you want, the F? I didn't take my medication.
Yeah.
I gotta find it. Let's see.
What's so funny?
You laughing?
Yeah, did you finish that stained glass?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, how many hours will it take?
It won't take long.
What's that?
Just to get the glasses. Some glass for it.
Which one is it?
You said I didn't take my medication. We'll do it right quick. I'm mentally ill on this microphone. I'm mentally ill. Let's laugh at this. Dually diagnosed and dually addicted for real. I'm mentally ill on this microphone. I'm mentally ill. Addicted to the rhyme. Addicted to the pen. Thank you, Brother Friello. I'm mentally ill on this microphone. I'm mentally ill. I got all the symptoms of an insane lyricist. I'm mentally ill on this microphone. I'm mentally ill like dogs. They want to keep me muzzled, cause many of my pieces are missing from the puzzle. Some way my elevator didn't rise to the top. Nuts and bolts rusted in my biological clock. Somewhere down the line it just stopped ticking. I was going cuckoo as this piece was being written. birds chirping, I hear voices and I smell turpentine as I inhale, cause my mind is off the wall. I'm on the brink of insanity, of falling down shrinks. Got me on Risperdal and antipsychotic, cause lyrically I'm hypnotic. In the trends and the days and the snow snapping out of it as I turn page after page after page, cause I love it. I'm mentally ill on this microphone. I'm mentally ill and all alone. Somewhere out in sing. You had to be there to understand what I mean. Cause sing, I'm praised by a phenomenon. Yeah, as you feel the pen strokes in the palm of my hands, etch words into paper as I expand on psychotic features with a touch of psychosis. But to be a lunatic lyricist was not my purpose. All of a sudden, lyrically, I just became sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick with the words, sick with the rhyme, and sick with the pen. And now I need professional help before I go on another binge. Writing and writing, I just can't break this addiction. And because of my ill situation, I admit that I'm feeling oh so bad. I admit that it's made me depressed and sad. But due to the now, I just gotta have it. I just gotta have a pen and a pad. And if I ain't got it, you don't wanna be around when I get mad. Cause I'm mentally ill on this microphone. I'm mentally ill and all alone. Somewhere out there, sing. You have to be there to understand what I mean. The pain of this painful world echoes deep down in the valley of the ghetto, where intense ideals is being seduced by people thought to be aborted, by a nation that was in cahoots with many other nations. But the force of Mother Nature's feeling the painful penetration of a people sick and tired of being pissed off. So now the black man has temptation to court Mother Nature. We must wine and dine and sweep her off her feet. We must wine and dine her with honesty, and she will open up her arms with humility and hug the harmony of our black beauty. She will caress and make love and remember our history, cause we ain't niggas, color folks, or goons. We will beat and bang against the wounds of this wicked world, and soon the sperm cells of our thoughts we ejaculate melodic tunes, finding direction as it blossom and bloom within the walls of Mother Nature's vagina. The seed of black thought. There is nothing finer, nothing greater, and nothing better than this sentiment. And now suddenly soon Mother Nature's pregnant with thoughts of revolution. Redemption must be repaid by people who once was enslaved, but now a child will form in Mother Nature's birth canal. The passage of time will produce a people with a spine, a backbone. Our mind will develop and grow on its own. Our feet and legs will grow and grow strong. Our fingers and arms would begin to sprout. A body would develop in Mother Nature, and one day we will soon come up out the lips of this wicked land and become a people who will stand and do what's right. And after this 9 months passes, we will see some daylight, cause ain't no stopping us. Even if they try to abort us, we going and growing and growing and going into a fetus in Mother Nature's stomach. Our head is developing while our feet is kicking and stomping at the doorsteps of Mother Nature's uterus. We have become the fighting fetus in the womb of Mother Nature, as she will soon deliver us from this wicked world of corruption who don't want to see the birth of a black nation. So now they plead for our abortion, but somehow God's love for us has become that sperm that impregnated Mother Nature as we squirm and fall from the first day of ejaculation. One day, hoping to grow up to become a powerful nation, but to pinpoint the procedure of a process like a penis that penetrates the vagina as it caresses the male organ with smooth sulky souls for salt sounds of sex will produce the creation. Nevertheless, as the sperm and egg of God mercy meets its destination, as this painful process proceeds, we as blacks will hold hands and become this small seed that will grow and gravitate and grow and gravitate and and growing, in great glory. And now Mother Nature showing signs of pregnancy. We, the blacks, have become the embryo in this wicked womb of misery. But ain't no stopping us, even if they try to. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga from the other side of Chi-Town. I'm that nigga that just don't get around. I've been beat up, knocked out, and knocked down. I'm never sporting a smile, but I always wearing a frown on my face. I'm trying to find some sanity in this insane society. I knocked